All right, Shalom. We'll start first by giving all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Awakakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, those that give their life and soul and diligence all for their salvation. From Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom unto you. Got a video here. I've actually been wanting to do this video. Just getting around to it, I guess. But anyway, so this is from RT.com, and it says, "We may have to use nukes if I don't get more cash." The UK Defense Secretary Williamson. And it's a hot topic. When I Googled nukes, there's a lot of talks about nukes going on. Okay, and I'm going to go to this real quick, bring this up, because there was a world agreement, is what I Googled. Come on. Shit don't want to work, right? There's a world agreement not to use nukes. So let's go to it. It says 122 nations approved treaty to ban nuclear weapons. That's from July 8, 2017. It's been 7 decades since the world knew the power of destruction of nuclear weapons, the president of whoever said that, right? Come on, man. Anyway, said treaty ban nuclear weapons approved at UN, right? The day before. This treaty on non-proliferation of nuclear weapons, right? All of these people talking about they don't want to use nukes, you know. It's a good question. What countries are allowed to have nuclear weapons? It says NPT designated nuclear weapon states: China, France, Russia, United Kingdom, and the United States of America. Right? It says other states with nuclear weapons. It's India, North Korea, Pakistan. NATO member nuclear weapon sharing states, meaning they can pass the nukes around. Belgium, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Turkey. Go to more items, see what we got. The reason I'm painting this picture of who got nukes, who don't, is because the UK is talking about they may have to use nukes. And through the prophecies of the scriptures, we know they're going to have to use nukes. Okay? So states formerly possessing nuclear weapons: Belarus, Kazakhstan, where Borat is from, South Africa, and the Ukraine. There are 8 sovereign states that have successfully detonated nuclear weapons. 5 are considered to be nuclear weapon states. Under the terms of the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, which is what I was looking for, it was the Treaty on Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. In order of acquisition of nuclear weapons, these are the United States, Russia, the successor of the Soviet Union, USSR, the United Kingdom, France, and China. Okay, it's funny, China and Russia, are pretty much opposed to the United States, and the United Kingdom is supposed to be is the foremother of America. But from the prophecies, we know all these countries are going to turn their back on America. Okay, so I'm gonna just go through these the scriptures and show you that. Let me go back to the article right quick. It's gonna force me to do something. We may have to use nukes. Yeah, back in RT. Come on, everything want to move slow all of a sudden. It says not long after accusing Russia of planning to murder thousands of British people, Defense Secretary Gavin Williamson has warned the UK the UK may have to use its nuclear weapons if it doesn't get a bit more cash from the government, meaning they need to upgrade their regular weapons. But we know this is matter of fact. Let me go and start the first scripture. Go to the book of Isaiah. Go to Isaiah, the 9th chapter. This is a good place to start. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5 says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood." It was hand-to-hand combat. All the previous wars of the world were fought with hand-to-hand combat. Okay, World War II, it became more machinery, but there were still people involved in the machinery. Now, it's not going to be that way. It's press a button, and the people are so far away from the detonation sites, of who sent these missiles out. Okay, it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. That's talking about World War III. Okay, it says 2 woes has passed, and the third woe cometh quickly in the book of Revelation. Okay, that's what's coming. That's what's about to happen. That third woe is coming, and it won't be stopped. That's in Revelation 11, chapter the 14th verse. Okay, it's coming so fast that you can't stop it, man. So no matter what, if you try to do this nuclear dearming, and it's gonna end up in nuclear war. Okay, it's the prophecy of the Heavenly Father. You can see everything leaning towards that. Okay, any war fought today ain't gonna be with grenades and heavy rounds of bullets. Not world war, as they have been fought before. Maybe these little civil wars or race riot wars or whatever you want to call it. Those may be, but when it comes to all these countries getting together from across the world, gathering in the land of Jehoshaphat over there in the Middle East, which Jehoshaphat is Yahweh Shaphat, where the Most High will judge everybody upon the earth right then. He will judge all flesh right there in that part of the earth, man, with nuclear weapons. And the reason it has to be with nuclear weapons is so he can cleanse the world with fire, man. Because he cleansed it before in the days of Noah with water, and apparently it didn't flush the world out clean enough. Well, he's going to go to the greatest cleaning agent, which is fire, burn it all up. Okay? Now, there will be a remnant of people that will remain. The main remnant, I mean, there'll be other nations or whatever else, but the main remnant that the scriptures are, that the most important are the elect of the Israelites, of the Negro, Latino, Native American, confusion of faces, Israelites that are scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, that are called to be his chosen. Okay, so let me keep going with these. I'm gonna go in the book of let's see if we got any more. Speaking on the future of modern warfare, that's what we just spoke on. The hawkish defense chief warned Britain may have to use this nuclear deterrence if the Treasury does not release funds for more conventional weapons systems. And Trump just got more weapons here in America. Okay, Trump got more weapons, more money towards that. He wasn't happy with that he didn't get it all, but he got some. Okay, just recently, like maybe less than a month ago or around a month ago, when he gave the State of the Union speech or whatever that was. Reading on, it says, it says Williamson was speaking at the Royal United Services Institute's Sea Power Conference when he said, "You've got to talk about deterrence across the full spectrum, across the board." Like you got to do something about that. You got to deter people. You really got to have firepower. And nukes is one thing, but we're gonna have to break that treaty to shoot these nukes. Okay, if we do not have the conventional deterrence, conventional meaning non-nukes, meaning we need money to build up that part of our armory, so, and the ability to deter from conventional forces, then what we'll find ourselves in is a place that none of us wish to be in, and having to turn to the greatest deterrence of them all, meaning nuclear weapons. But it's all the prophecy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. The Most High God, Yahweh, He has ordained it to be nuclear weapons and nuclear war going on, okay? The defense chief has quickly garnered a reputation of hawkish statements and alarming warnings to the British public. Earlier this year, stating that Russia has the ability to cause thousands and thousands and thousands of deaths in Britain. Williamson's comments come as the Ministry of Defense battles with the Treasury for additional funding in autumn's budget. According to a recent recently released Public Accounts Committee report, the MOD, faces a potential funding shortage that could reach as much as 20 billion euros. Okay? Funding deficit falls short. That's how much they need. A clearer layout of the ministry's spending plans will be made by the department in a mini defense review due to report in July. Yep. It is sometimes difficult to, this is quote, it is sometimes difficult to explain to people that actually investing in our armed forces is all about making sure that things do not happen, Wilson told the conference. Yeah, but just in case, I'd rather shoot off a little small power, is what they're talking about. But the Most High has ordained it that all these nukes got to get shot off. If 20 million missiles got to be shot off, as it says in the book of Revelations, 200,000, come on, man. It's all of them got to be shot off because they can learn no more war after this. After this, there will be no more wars. Okay? So everybody's war nukes has got to get shot off. Everybody's going to load the clips when it's time for nukes to go. Well, I'm going to hit a couple books, scriptures about the nukes. Joel is always a good chapter. Joel, the second chapter, it says, I'm going to jump straight to the point. Verse 3, it says, and a fire devoureth before them. When the silos open, the fire, the explosion of it propelling out the silos starts off, okay? It says, before them and behind them a flame burneth, the propulsion flame unit, okay? That pushes them from behind. It says, and the land is at the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Before them it's all thriving and city and Garden of Eden and people living and having a good time and eating and livelihood and life is going on. And then after the nukes hit, desolate wilderness, everything's wiped out. It said the elements will melt with fervent heat. Okay? The people, their eyes will burn away in their holes and their tongues away in their mouth. It's going to eat up all flesh. It's going to knock mountains down. There ain't going to be no more Appalachian and Rocky Mountains. All that in Sierra Nevada Mountain. All that's going to be gone. Okay? It's going to lay all this shit flat and turn all this into sand. Ain't going to be nothing here but desert creatures. Okay? That's what this thing is going to happen. So it doesn't matter how much you talk about trying not to use them. They got to use them. But they're saying, hey, we're going to have to use them. If we don't get more money, and they're not going to get more money, even if you do, you're still going to use them. You've got to use these nukes because the prophecy says you got to use them. Which proves that we have a higher power that's running the show here. Yahweh, the Most High God, the God of the Israelites, okay? Anyway, yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them as the appearance of horses, as horsemen, so shall they run. Talking about like a stampede, all not bumping into each other. If you watch a stampede of horses, they don't bump into each other. They're running perfectly spaced next to each other, running towards a common direction. Okay? And the cowboy or the rancher or the wrangler will push him in the direction that he wants him to go. That's the Most High God. And one of the main places he wants us to go is over here to America, to destroy America. Okay, in certain different parts of the earth will be hit by these nukes. But that will be the end of you Edomites' empire, man. You so-called white people, your empire, you're the Edomites that the Bible speaks of, your empire will be thrown down by these same nukes. Okay? Let me see. Yeah, I could keep reading that, but I'm not. I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah 54 and talk about the Smiths that created these nukes real quick. Yep. Beautiful. Isaiah 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. And when these Germans and different other scientists have put these nukes together, the Most High put the Spirit on them to create those. Okay? So he could use them in his judgment when the earth comes. I mean, when it comes down to this. So he could judge the earth when he was ready to. And that's in this time that we're coming up to now in World War III. He created these scientists to go out and put the spirit on. He put the spirit on them to create these nukes. Okay, to fulfill his agenda. All right, it said when man falls asleep, then he sitteth the instruction. Like Doc Brown hitting his head and waking up and seeing the flux capacitor. That's how these scientists woke up and saw these nukes. Oh, I got to create this nuke. That's how it goes down. Okay, it says, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. For whose work? For the Most High's work. So he can judge the earth with fire. Okay? It says, and have created the waster to destroy. And that's what this is. This is a waster that will destroy. Okay? That's the point of this thing. So now I'm going to jump over to a couple key scriptures. There's more missile scriptures and stuff, but I'm just hitting some of the main ones just so you can see that because a lot of you other Israelite groups even, and you have the circumcision, you don't even want to acknowledge that the end of all flesh in America has to come. That America must be destroyed. You're trying to build your kingdom here in America. You're trying to do the flea doctrine to other countries and whatever. That ain't how this goes down. The elect will be delivered out of America, okay? And certain parts of the earth that will be destroyed by missiles. But America will be destroyed. And 2/3 will die. Whether they're dying in the missile fire of America in different places, or we have to go through the earth, Lord willing, I'm of the elect, go through the earth and cleanse the earth of the wicked people. Okay? So they'll get rid of all the wickedness from Israel. All right? It says, go straight to the point. Yep. Yep. Let me see. I'll start at the third verse. It said, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? No matter if you get this money or not, the sword, meaning that killing instrument of the missiles, cannot be turned back. They have to fulfill their course. It says, it said, turn back, and who may turn it back? A fire sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may one quench the fire in stubble when it had begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The Most High is a strong archer, and he put the spirit for you kings of the earth, so to speak, you presidents of these nations, to press the button, man, to send these nukes off. You gonna send these nukes off, okay? And when they were talking about 50 years or whatever, that's talking about America, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, okay? That's the last time the earth has seen power like that. Well, that's the prelude to what's going to happen in World War III. That's going to look like a firecracker compared to what's about to go down. Okay. It says, verse 8. It says, the mighty Lord Yahweh sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Okay. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord Yahweh shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? And how's he going to beat you to powder? He's going to instant cremate you with these nukes, okay? But it ain't going to be that fast. You're going to feel every little bit of the burning sensations that go, and not just a sensation, but burning the flesh and everything else that goes on. Like you said, your flesh will burn off from your face, your eyes from in their holes, and your tongues from in their mouth. You're going to feel every little bit of it, okay? So you would it would behoove you to get right with Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai if you're an Israelite, man. And get onto this diligent search for your salvation, man. Not search, but get on this diligent path to earn your salvation. All right? Because there's no turning this stuff back, man. So with that, I'm going to close out. So you can say whatever you want to say about a natural deterrent. Well, the strongest deterrent is going to be these missiles. But there don't be no deterrent. because they're going to have to shoot them. You're not just going to deter these countries from shooting them. They're going to shoot them. Okay? So with that, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Harakak. Double honor to the elder apostles and elders at Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. And greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, those that will give their life and diligence for their salvation, man. That I say shalom.